Right, we'll take this guy. It was an opportunity to change how redevelopment often occurs in inner city neighborhoods.
Lowell Larsson is an active member in the Barclay community and someone who's been with this project since it began nearly 5 years ago. Larsson, along with other community leaders, were able to work closely with Baltimore City to ensure that redevelopment in their neighborhood would happen on their terms.
Typically what happens, there is a big need for redevelopment and developers come in and they tear down existing properties or they renovate existing properties. And that's really good, but there's not always a lot of community involvement in the whole process. So we in the community thought that it would be really good if this opportunity of rebuilding the neighborhood, the physical structure of the neighborhood, could be used to also help rebuild the social fabric of the neighborhood.
Community leaders in the Barclay neighborhood partnered with the city to offer jobs to 9 men currently working with Jericho Re-entry, a program for ex-offenders offered through the Episcopal Community Services of Maryland. Dave Bennick, a specialist in deconstruction with his own firm, was brought on to provide on-the-job training for the crew.
What I was interested in doing was to focus on deconstruction of the existing houses. Deconstruction is different from demolition. In demolition, you have a bulldozer come in, knock the house down, cart off all the pieces to the landfill. That's quick, it's efficient, it's not particularly green, and it doesn't employ a lot of people. Deconstruction, however, is a method of taking down a house in such a way that as many pieces of that house can be either reused as components or can be recycled, used for something else.
The idea that usable material can be salvaged from old buildings is not new. Only in recent times has demolition become standard practice, and thanks to the abundance of cheap building supplies, we've had little reason to think to save what could be extracted and reused from older buildings. Today, landfills are filling to capacity. There's growing interest in environmentally friendly green building practices and more incentives to use them. Deconstruction projects like this one could form the basis for a new approach to redevelopment and demolition. In the words of Donnie Wilson, a crew leader on the Barclay project, "This is different, because in normal demolition you break everything up and throw it in the trash. What we do here is we try to preserve as much as we can out of the house, to try to stop everything from going to the landfill, which will be better for the environment in the long run, save a lot of money, give a lot of people jobs."
like where it's right.
got this stuff. You gotta get this stuff.
Neil Joseph, another crew leader, had this to say about the project. It's a good opportunity to keep us busy because nobody else wants to hire us. This is the first opportunity I've gotten to have a lot of work and put money in my pocket and pay my bills. Also, there's enough buildings in the city for a lot of people to have a lot of work for a lot of years. Definitely save the environment a little. Normal demolition takes maybe 2 to 4 days and employs as many people. This project was completed in just over a week with a crew of 9 men, ex-convicts, receiving on-the-job training. During the project, 95% of the total building was either reused or recycled. That means 5% of the material was sent to the landfill, as opposed to 100% in normal demolition.